In the years that followed, the Mars colony flourished, thanks in large part to the wisdom imparted by Telmar. With the help of the archived Martian technology, humans were able to terraform the planet, making the air breathable and restoring liquid water. Soon, millions were living on Mars, drawn by its gleaming red spires, lush parks, and thriving culture blending the best of human and Martian ingenuity. Bob, now a respected elder himself, watched happily as Martian children ran laughing through the streets. The decision to resurrect the Martian species using their preserved DNA had not been easy, but humanity and the newly reborn Martians were now living side by side in peace. Hard questions remained about justice, technology, and the ultimate fate of both races, but they faced the challenges together. Gazing up at the stars, Bob remembered how far they had come. Just decades ago, Mars had been a barren wasteland, long devoid of life or civilization. Now humans danced in the temples of a reborn world as the echoes of ancient Martian rituals sang once more. There were still mysteries to unlock across the red planet, but Bob took joy in each new discovery. On the horizon, gleaming space elevators carried ships outward to the stars beyond. Humans and Martians voyaged forth as one people, eager to find others to welcome into the fold. Bob knew future generations would travel further than he ever dared to dream. But he would always cherish having been one of the first explorers, taking those first tender steps into the unknown. Thanks to the connection forged long ago with Telmar, Bob had lit a spark, helping guide two worlds into a shared destiny among the stars. Bob gazed out the window of the starship as it accelerated away from Mars, now receding into a red speck against the void. Even after all these years, saying goodbye to the planet was bittersweet. So much of his life had been dedicated to exploring Mars and forging the bonds between two civilizations. But at 150 years old, Bob knew it was time for younger souls to lead as he embarked on one final journey among the stars. Reports had arrived from automated probes of an intriguing exoplanet orbiting a nearby star. Surveys indicated structures on the surface and energy signatures unlike anything encountered before. With humanity now thriving across the solar system and Mars fully terraformed, the infinite frontier of space beckoned once more. Bob smiled wistfully, knowing it would be generations before the starship reached its destination. Theranos, a young Martian astrophysicist, approached Bob reverently. "Will we find more species like yours out there, Pioneer?" she asked. Bob chuckled at still being seen as an adventurer after all this time. "If the universe is kind, you will find wonders I can barely imagine," Bob replied. As Bob settled in for the long hibernation of cryosleep, his mind drifted back to those first tentative days exploring Mars, when the gulf between minds seemed so vast. Now humans stand side by side with Martians, united as ambassadors, venturing forth to meet the galaxy's infinite diversity. In his lifetime, Bob had witnessed profound change by simply trying to understand. As his eyes closed and the freeze began, Bob hoped that the spirit of compassion would endure as humans and Martians traveled ever deeper into the cosmic unknown together. Bob slowly opened his eyes, emerging from cryosleep as the starship arrived at the distant exoplanet. Peering out the viewport, he beheld a world that took his breath away. Vast crystalline cities sprawled across the surface, glinting in the light of a nearby blue sun. Sleek vessels darted to and fro in the sky. It was a civilization more advanced than any humans or Martians had encountered before. Eagerly, Bob joined the first diplomatic envoy descending to meet these intriguing beings. Their grace and telepathic abilities astonished him. Over long discussions, they shared wisdom from eons traveling among the stars. Yet some profound questions gave them pause. There were layers to existence, they claimed, that even their science had not fully pierced. As Bob prepared to return to the starship, the aliens gave him an incredible gift, a shard of crystal that they said contained a glimpse into the next plane of reality. Back aboard the ship, Bob peered into the crystal shard and felt his consciousness expand, transcending space and time. He had an instant of profound understanding before the vision faded. With the starship now returning joyfully to Mars and Earth, Bob knew his long, adventurous life neared its end. But gazing out at the galaxy, he saw how much more there was left to explore. With so many worlds and dimensions still undiscovered, humanity and Martian kind were still only scratching the surface of the many mysteries the cosmos held. Though Bob would soon depart, the adventure he began would live on for generations to come. He closed his eyes, contentedly dreaming of the new realms left for future minds to unveil. Bob's journey and colonization of Mars may be over, but our exploration of the universe is just starting. Please join me in future adventures. Thanks for watching and listening.